Welcome to commu suara. Calming, listening, and thinking.
Hello, welcome to the commu suara episode 1 presented by Carita podcast. The first thing I must tell, this podcast will be like a podcast for present and shows opinion and view for interesting topic or some interesting happen in Southeast Asia. We interview someone who will be like influence or the activities or important person for some happen in society or the voice represent our teams. So we are not present just Thailand but Southeast Asia. So that reason we are interview you. Today we have a guest for interview and first person. You'll be a first person of me, first person or first girl. So we're really glad. The first thing I must say, I'm really glad and pleasure to meet you, Mike. So, did you introduce yourself? What you are, what you're being, and what you're doing?
Okay. My name is Chanikan Wangmi. I am the fourth year student of economic faculty at Prinov Songkhat University, Hat Yai campus.
Yeah. So, okay. Before we into lively for now, many things happen in Thailand with many questions not even preparing. So, I want to tell like this for the listener. The first preface you must know that it's like in social media or other platform like TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, something like that. So I'm really sure there's many people of listener of this podcast who ever saw some pictures look like violence between police and protesters, some sentence like what's happening in Thailand, or simple pictures that have action like a three finger hold on hate. So that's all. That always happen in Thailand. So let's know with questions after this. We are asking you your first question. Tell things about what's happening in Thailand from your own eyes or your opinion. You can tell it why will. It's not strict about rule things. Just explain that.
Okay. As you know, since 10 years ago, the politics of Thailand separate into side, like royal yellow shirt, who royalist, and
royalist.
another side is red shirt, who represent themselves to like rebel. Okay,
Labor group.
and I think most of younger generation like sick of it because they fight all the time. And for now, after Khosroch,
What does it mean, Khosroch?
Khosroch is the group of people who did cope.
Yeah,
Okay.
really cool. It's be like a military group, right?
Mhm.
Okay, got it.
And govern Thailand for 6 years.
6 years was a long time.
Yes.
So-
And Prayut Chan-o-cha is the leader
Yeah, he's the leader and be prime minister after that, right?
right now.
Yeah, still now. Okay.
So now- And I think because of younger generation like sick of it, so in 2019, you know, Future for Party, like
Yeah.
in 2018, Future for Party to come in the politics. So the younger generation vote for them to be in the parliament because that time we don't know about the root or problem of politics Thailand, and we thought the new choice is coming to
Yeah.
us. But in 2019, Future for Parties was dissolved by the government, who Prayut Chan-o-cha is prime minister, and that is the beginning of the protest right now.
Just
I think so.
okay. They come back with dissolve. The dissolve is mean like expel from statement is from like the Constitution's court, right? First part that everyone should know is about Thailand rule and law. After military group the name คณะรักษาความสงบแห่งชาติ or the other name like คสช come to cope under order to use the interim constitutions, and after that time, have the process to draft a new constitutions named the Constitutions of the Kingdom of Thailand 2017, and put that to the referendum, the process by the principle for established constitution law for the people who would be Thai nationality in Thailand or the outside who chose agree or disagree. And after that side, agree vote there's a win. So the new constitutions there's all over use. Back to the constitutions court. Thais have many court to follow the double court principle, like the criminal court, the civil court, juvenile court, and constitutions court be one of that principle. By the way, Constitutions Court got exempt to established by the Constitutions of the Kingdom of the Thailand 2017 by Territory 11 after sections 200 to 214. That Constitution Court can consider case whatever engage with the Constitution law for the pretense and protect the rule of the Constitution, even engage with the parliaments, legislator, and the party. So after that time, they have statement from the Constitutions Court for break Future Forward Party wins 2019 and in process win 21 February 2020. From cost borrow money from the other organizations will with misway the follow section 72 from the Constitution statute law. So that maybe to make the people, especially new generations, agree more than before, like get said. So the second question is let's talk about protester. Like we saw in social media, protesters in Thailand are mostly students and the new generation, like you tell before. So that reasons all of actions sound like the new normal of protest action style. Okay, so that is a big point. Does not have a hate or leader and how many group. Example like Kanalat or ขอนแก่นป้องกันที่ or เยาวชนปลดแอก or other group. So who are they and what purpose of that actions?
There are so many people ask me for who is the leaders.
Yep.
Or who's behind the student, who behind the protester.
Yeah, who will support for that?
So then I can tell them because I don't know.
Yeah.
There are no leader.
Yeah.
They're not the ones who order us for do something or do anything because everybody come to the mosque for their own agenda. They have their own topic to talk to the mosque. So and or the other way, somebody called everyone can be the leader.
Everyone can be the leader. So it's like it just sounds like that everyone to come in to protest this mob, like you said, with the private agenda, the private intention, something. But all intentions is the same in the protest, right? So that reason have not leader, not hate for to force this way to doing something. That sounds great. So what the name and what you put in your group? You have a group for protest or action, this, right? So what's the name?
Name is Democracy Sultans of Thailand.
Yeah, Democracy of
So
Thailand.
we just group of friends who are interested in the politics, and we represent ourselves to be organized the more for Southern Thailand, like Songkhla, sometime we in Pathalung, Trang, like.
Yeah. So the other place like Phuket, Stone, something.
I don't know because.
Okay. Very important place is Songkhla, right? Hajai district. Okay. Okay. Next question. So currently, they have any worse case of that happens like violence between injury from protest. So after protest be start or begin.
Actually, everybody in the mosque believe in the same way that the violence never begin because of us until the government action.
So it's just
violence is happen, and that's proof that who is the real enemy in this problem.
yeah. If there be like a foreigner, they you saw in the news, but it's really strange as a wonder because the news in the social media have two sides. Some side you support protester, so they keep a picture. Protesters suffer about violence from police, but the other side they give a picture like a protester to make violence to the police. So what do you think about that?
When you get the pictures,
Yep.
you have like 1 or 2 seconds to take it. That
That's not all that
that's
happen,
not
right?
all.
Okay.
That's not all.
It's not fair if you judge something with some side.
You have to have in every part or every side of the picture in one situation.
Okay. Next questions. What is the real cause of that happen? Okay, because how many people is different to say. That's like some people say like cause of that is from a powerful person or like supported from back certain. So are you think is that true? So what is the real cause of in your opinion? I think what is the real cause of protest that? Some, okay, I want to say like there's some person that say like protester they have some person to support back. You know that? So what do you think about that? That is it true?
Like I told you that everybody come to protest and they have their own agenda to come, but we agree in the same way, like we have to talk about roots of the problem of this country.
Sure.
So, and that's why now we have 3 demands of it. One, Prayut Chan-o-cha have to resign for being prime minister, and 2, we have to rewrite the constitution, and the last one, we have to reform the monarchy.
So our problems, they almost is made from constitution, right? So, are you think we should just change constitutions? Just tell me about type or kinds of constitution like you and you could one.
Okay, so I will explain why the constitution has to rewrite
Sure, yeah.
first. On the constitution, there is a big flaws of it, like because there are 250 senates, and I think it's missing, like because the 250 senates were appointed by Prayut Chan-o-cha, who's Khosrow leaders, and now who's prime minister right now. He appointed 250 senates for select him in the parliament to be prime minister. And that's the first. So the second, like there are some laws I think it should not be on the constitution.
Okay, this point I've heard this before. Is like how big problem about constitution because have a I'm not sure it's about a 240.
Okay, I will explain more. So, when we selected the prime minister from our candidate in the parliament, we have to have 326 votes
So,
for who is the prime minister. Prayut Chan-o-cha start with 250 senates, but other side start with 0. And that's not fair game.
yeah, it's not fair game because this person, I mean, 240. There's be a delegate not from people, right?
Government start with the wrong ways.
It's the wrong way. It's not it's not from democracy's way, right? Okay, that's so weird. So, okay, like we saw in the internet, that internet or social media, the government team they have many mistakes, right? So please explain about problem this government team. Why not fair for labor or why is still have the corruption things? Just explain this.
I think the first big mistakes of this government is they never listen to people,
They will listen to people.
never respond, and never do anything better. They just do whatever can be for their friend benefit, and like the people just not valuable for them.
Have an example of bad policy like you told.
Okay. I will tell you about some examples.
Yes, some
like
example
it's-
policy.
So obviously, you know, there are so many children have to get out of the education because of the government force them to study online class without subsidy, without technology equipment supported. And that's just some example. But there are many problems of this government done. And after COVID pandemic, the government shut border, and we have to stop working, stop studying, stop everything to stay at home. But the government didn't support that. Like
Not help policy to heal that. Something.
they never heal, and like when we have to stop working, what money we spend?
Let's come to the important questions. Can you explain about the problem of structure and system monarchy in Thailand?
Monarchy.
Yeah, monarchy.
I think because they are too powerful.
Yeah. How? What does it mean the powerful?
Okay, first, in Thailand, we have the majesty. The majesty, like everyone can go to the police station and say that, oh, that guy talk about the monarchy so bad, and the police
Okay.
get him in jail without any proof, like he said it.
Oh, you mean it's not have a proof in the court or something? So just take a file and arrest him.
Okay, the official evidence that why Thai monarchy is so powerful because of their budget each year to spend. The government give them like almost 30,000 million baht per year, while the economy of Thailand go down, while unemployment increase, while the children have to get out the education because of they have no money to go to school. When the country, everything in this country is just going down,
Yeah.
but monarchy budget is increased.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's complicated.
And because of low majesty, that made some people cannot talk about them.
You cannot talk about their activity,
The
or
activity or
everything they're
like,
doing.
If we just have small rumor about them,
Yep.
we can go to be in jail in every time.
Oh, okay. So
And like humans can do mistake all the time, and that's why we miss some people like who never do any mistake, never be wrong, or just do all the good thing.
yeah, it's like it's impossible that one person have all the good side, right? So they have a two side, the bad and good. So yeah, the points of this question have three parts. I just from I listening and heard before. The first, the monarchy is how more powerful, right? So two, the tax income is taken by monarchy so much. So last, we cannot recommend or share opinion with them. So that is the point of this question, right? Okay. What do you think about idiom like the king can do no wrong, and what kind is closer with that from your opinion?
The king can do no wrong.
Yeah.
In the UK, the words like the king can do no wrong because before the queen take any action, the prime minister has to be confirmed. Confirm her words, confirm her any movement in the public, and that's why the queen can do no wrong because of before she act anything she was confirmed. She has to be confirmed by the prime minister, by the parliament. But in Thailand it's me another way. The king can do everything and it will never be wrong, and that's the difference.
So the king can do no wrong is the famous idiom for democracy system country. The last question is like you told before, so how to change and solve all of that problem in your eye. So like you told, the problem is made from the mismanagement about government and monetary system. So how to solve that problem?
We can solve the problem because we're just talking about rules of problem first, and that's why we have to talking about resign of prime minister, rewrite the constitution and reform the Thai monarchy. Because of these three demand is the root of problem. We cannot solve the problem if we don't talk about this. Okay, I will talk about 10 demands for reforming the institution of the monarchy of Thailand.
Okay.
So the first is to revoke Article 6 of 2017 Constitution, which restricts any accusations against the monarchy, and to add an article which allow the parliament to investigate the wrongdoing of the monarchy as had been annexed in the constitutions declared by the People Party. It's the first demand of reforming. Article 6 that not allow people for
What you mean is Article 6 in Constitution is not allowed by people, right? Okay, got it. So next.
Next, the second is to revoke the Majesty Law, allowing citizens to freely exercise their right in expressing criticism about the monarchy and give an amnesty to those persecuted for criticizing the monarchy. So the third, to revoke the Crown Property Act of 2018 and to divide the monarchy asset under the control of Ministry of Finance and his personal asset. The fourth, to adjust the national budget on the monarchy in accordance with the country economic condition. The fifth, to abolish the royal officers, unit with clear duties such as the royal security, and are to be under the control of other agencies. Unnecessary units such as the private council are to be disbanded.
Okay. This purpose would be like want to design organizations under the king to under the government from democracy system, right?
From People Party.
Okay.
And the sixth is to dismiss giving and receiving donation by the royal charity funds for the auditability of the monarchy's asset. I think Thai monarchy has to review of their assets public because they use our tax.
Okay, the problems be like this. Like you told, the assets of the monarchy, they are controlled by monarchy. But these actions, there's buy or make from people or citizens tax, right? So, if the father's principle, this access must management by people, right? Okay, got it.
Okay, and the next seven, to prohibit the monarchy of expressing political opinion in public. Like I told you, if the monarchy has to express something in public, prime minister or the parliament has to confirm his words.
Also, like I want to explain this purpose. It's like every actions of the monarchy, like a king, a queen, or whatever is a royal family, something, they have activity like other people doing. Like so, sometimes it's not good by the people will. So that is right for the people to explain or recommend this, right? Is it free?
Mm-hmm.
Or you want to be free for this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So great. Next.
Okay, and next, the eighth, to abolish the excessive one-side glorifications and propaganda in education regarding to the monarchy. The nine, to investigate the deaths of those who criticize or had any relations to the monarchy. And the last one is to prohibit the monarchy's endorsement of any further corps. And that's 10 demands of reforming.
That is all the 10 proposed.
Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting for me. What expect and hope to Thai and worldwide society from Thais happen? Like what you would expect with other people, it'd be like a foreigner or people outside this country, things about that.
Actually, I think the protesters have the same hope. Like we want to be in game, and that's why we want to fix any rules of the game to be fairly. Like that, because of free demand, like one resigned prime minister to rewrite constitution because of I think the first things we have to be done. It has to be done like the constitutions had to rewriting first, and if it's success, the protest.
Describe about your organizations, what you're doing now. You can tell everything for promote your mission.
So my name school is Democracy in Southern. Like yes, we are moving in the southern of Thailand, especially Hat Yai
Yeah.
district,
Yeah,
Songkhla.
if we have some businessmen want to support, you can support this.
Follow me on Facebook page,
Yeah.
and we will give you information about our movements.
So that is all of interview today. So we are. I will just tell you again. We are glad and pleasure to meet you, Mai. You can follow Commu Suara Podcast with searching Carita Podcast or Commu Suara Podcast in Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Thank you for listening. We hope you get more detail and information from this episode. Bye.